Let's get market expert Prakash Diwan into the discussion now to tell us how he's feeling about the markets. Prakash, hi, good morning. Anuj was briefly referring to stocks like Tata Motors that have reported good numbers, but the stock prices have also rallied a lot. What do you do at a time like this? Do you book profits? Do you buy afresh?
Good morning, Sonia. So I think Tata Motors, the performance was stellar, but probably difficult to continue every quarter. I mean, I've never seen these kind of margins in a long time for the commercial vehicle side. And interestingly, they're racing ahead to become that debt-free, by the targeted timeline that they'd specified. So all of that is kind of, definitely a lot of positive tailwinds that are helping the stock. Autos as a whole, as a pack, has actually moved up. So I think Tata Motors, you could attribute the move thanks to, the run-up in the auto sector. But from here on, you'll probably see a little bit of a sideways movement till some time, till, this recovery in autos and the sales numbers, especially, the domestic numbers start kind of picking up. So if that happens, you'll probably see a leg up on the stock, but eventually it will definitely move to higher levels, is very clear. But you would have to, of course, wait for. I mean, the entire market seems to be a bit of it's run up too quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some sort of a softness come through. And that's the time to kind of add all these quality names to your portfolio. But don't lose sight of these stocks, because they definitely need to be in the portfolio at some point in time. If not today, probably another 2-3 months later.
All right. Hi, Prakash. Good morning. Prakash, what about Avenue Supermarts? Now, that appears like a bit of a miss. Mangam was just telling us about that. How do you approach that stock?
So, good morning, Nigel. So, I think specifically on the stock, there will be more pressure. There's no doubt it's losing a little bit of ground, in terms of how some of the other retail businesses have shaped up, especially the ones that cater to a little bit of a higher price point segment. We've seen this this fall in Avenue. This could probably get aggravated. But what's more worrisome from these numbers is that when Avenue Supermart reports these kind of numbers, there is demand contraction that's live and kicking. I mean, you can't ignore it. You can't kind of, keep brushing it aside. It's very evident. And that same thing we've seen in some of the other numbers like Colgate-Palmolive. The rural spending is definitely something which is an indicator of how things are. And until the monsoon comes through, I don't see any change in that. So you probably have to wait for another grinding quarter of sorts, which is going to be tough on volume growth, on numbers. So Avenue itself will, of course, pay the price for the softness. But they are the first to bounce back. So, when the turnaround happens, you'll probably see a very tactical up move that could happen. But till then, it'll probably be soft. I would watch the stock very closely for an entry at some point in time. But it is expensive. Let it kind of cool down. And then we'll probably see once the turning point is, the tipping point is very clear on the demand side.
All right. Stay with us, Prakash. We have